So once again, a very good afternoon to all of you. So today we are going to cover the behavior of a full bridge rectifier, uncontrolled rectifier, when triggered on a RL load. As you all are well versed by the nature of my lectures, that before moving on to the theoretical prospect, okay, before understanding the theoretical prospect, we have to understand exactly what is the utilization of the matters for us, how we are going to learn it and how we are going to use it. I think this is quite clear. So is it possible, just think before moving on to the loads, that is it possible for a load to be purely resistive or purely inductive? No. Yes, I straight away told you that no, it's not possible. Why I told you that it's not possible? Why I am telling you that it's not possible? Because for sure, if there is a winding and it is having a resistance, it will have an inductance for sure because it is a winding, okay, and it is going to have a resistance. The wire resistance will come into the picture and it will form the resistance. Okay, now have a look at this part. Again, the source is connected via a diode, okay, and diode is connected across a inductor and a resistor. Now this switch S1, the switch S and diode combined form the thyristor, because I had made sure, I had already explained that a thyristor is realized by a cascade connection of a switch and a diode. Yes, a thyristor is nothing but a switched diode. If this point is clear, that a thyristor is nothing but a switched diode, then the things become very easy for all of us to understand. We can easily understand that if it is an RL load, then the basic property of inductor will definitely come into the picture. What is the basic property of inductor is? First of all, I want to state the perfect, what we call as the perfect sentence of, for an inductor, if a periodic voltage, if a periodic current is passing through the inductor, then the voltage across the inductor, the average voltage across the inductor will be zero. That is termed as the volt second balance. If it is clear to all of you, the volt second balance, then volt second balance is nothing but simply a testament of the conservation of energy. That the energy that has been dumped into the inductor during the charging cycle has to be returned back during the discharging cycle. So in our case, we can easily observe that the RL is present here, connected with a thyristor. This whole, please be very comfortable, this whole part, this whole encircled part, I can use this highlighter, it is not working right now, but I can use this thing, yes, this part. So this part where the chat section has been compelled on is basically a thyristor. Okay, I think this is quite clear. It is nothing but a thyristor. Okay, I am smalling it, making the size a bit small. So obviously you can see that at for the first cycle, for this 0 to pi, the thyristor will conduct and the voltage will get applied across the load side. Whole of the voltage gets applied across the load side. Energy will be stored in the inductor and some energy will be dissipated across the resistance R. But be very sure that the average voltage across the inductor will be 0. If we are going to only observe the voltage across this inductor, then this is going for sure to be 0. I think this is clear. Average voltage has to be 0 because the current, you can see that the current is periodic in nature. Yes, it is repeating itself after a certain period of time. So, now have a look at the second part. This part, the part after pi. You can see that at pi, the applied voltage has become negative. So, for a basic guy, it seems to be that the voltage appearing across the load should be 0, because as we all are well versed with this thyristor, that this thyristor can't conduct in the reverse direction. Are you getting it, what I am telling you? That this device cannot conduct in the reverse direction. So a question appears, for a RL load, how the conduction is happening, how it is conduction. So have a look at this. Again I am showing you a full wave rectifier circuit. I am scrolling down so that, yes, now this is what again a full bridge rectifier circuit looks like. Forget about this E part, just pay some emphasis on the RL part, and this is the waveform that I was talking about, that how the conduction goes on, why. Okay, so we can easily consider this part, that when after pi there will be some voltage appearing, because yes, you can see till alpha it will appear and again it will go back to the desired value. This is a net output of waveform for a full bridge rectifier. Okay, this is only possible because the inductor will get itself reversed, or the polarity of voltage here gets reversed. So this polarity will make these two thyristors conduct. Don't get confused that these are diode. No, these are thyristors because these are connected to a switch. So a switch is connected there to implicate that these all are thyristors. So I am, for better understanding, I am again referring to the half wave converter. That, have a look at this. This inductor will make this diode forward biased. Okay, so but for a very small value of time. As the energy of inductor decreases, then we are going to know that this thyristor will be reverse biased. And as we all are well versed that when that thyristor is reverse biased, then it cannot conduct. The thyristor is different from a diode only in one regard, that it can block both the voltages. It can block a positive voltage and a negative voltage. That's and nothing else. So I think this is quite clear. This statement is quite clear. So we can again conclude that the voltage, the conduction will take place till the inductor has changed its polarity. So one more thing will be there, that in which part the energy is being dissipated. So I am making it very clear that during this part the inductor will discharge, the inductor will dissipate its energy. All of the energy will be stored in this part and the dissipation occurs during this part. Once the energy is dissipated, then we can easily say that the thyristor will be reverse biased. I think this is quite clear. And for the rest of negative cycle, in this case, only in this case, while in the case of a full bridge rectifier, we all are well versed. I have shown you the waveform, which looks like something like this. This is the traditional waveform. I can show you this waveform. This is the waveform. Yes, this is the waveform. Just have a look at this. It will again go back to its value because in this part the T3 and T4 are conducting. Okay, so I think the conduction is quite easy. I'll meet you in the next lecture. Thank you.